Skids, why you all over there on your Jack Jones? Why don't you come smash me up, my rat bones? Oh, Anthony, don't be silly. You know I'm gonna smash your body to pieces. Meanwhile, subscribe and like the Triple B Based Boxing Basement. Yeah, thanks, Batty Boys. It seems like you're back in love. Anyway, we're talking about here the upset of the year in boxing 2024. Oh yeah, what's up? It's Base Boxing Basement, the Triple B. The real boxing talk here. This is where it happens, man. We don't pull back. We don't brown nose Eddie Hearn. Yeah? We don't brown nose nobody. Nobody. Especially not people like Gay J. Anyway, so I was just thinking, what was the upset of the year? What was the upset of the year in boxing? Now, there are only two contenders. The first one, and it was a world championship fight, so obviously it's at top level, was Tszyu getting KO'd by Bakhram Murtazal. Now, it's crazy, right? Because Tszyu had lost his last fight to Fondora. Yeah, it was controversial. There was a headbutt. There was blood. And I quite kind of rate Tszyu. Obviously, he's not as good as his father, like most of these sons. But I was like, this is nuts. They had Murtazal 9-2. 9-2. That's 5.5 decimal, which is the only way to bet. I've already talked about this. If you're serious better, decimal odds are where you at. Now, Bakhram Murtazal is from Russia, right? So you got to respect that. And he's from that area, Grozny in Russia. You know, the area, that Caucasus area. You get all these good fighters, especially in MMA as well, like the Khabib and these people like Islam Makhachev, even though he's from, he lives in Sweden, or whatever it is. Was that Hamza? Whatever. These guys all come from the Caucasus, and they're strong. They got a look about them. They usually got a beard, right? And I was looking. My channel was offline at the moment because I was dealing with all kinds of nonsense in real life, so I couldn't give this tip, and I'm really annoyed because I like to help me fans out. And I was like, hang on a minute. You're telling me Tszyu, who lost his last fight, right, who's one of them golden boys, is fighting a Russian guy from Grozny with a record of 22 wins and 16 KOs and 0 losses. And they've got Tszyu as a huge favourite. And they got Murtazal as a 9-2 underdog. I was like, this is crazy. I only put a tenner on it because, as I said many times, I don't repeat this. I ain't got no money no more. So I had to be careful. But I was like, this is just insane. And what happened? Murtazal not schooled Tszyu. He battered him. He absolutely battered him. He dropped him 3 times in the second round, once in round 3, and then the fight got called off. And there was a look of shock on Tszyu's face. And Tszyu was in shape, and he trained. It's not like he hadn't taken it seriously. This is for the World Championship, IBF World Super Welterweight title, right? And, as I said, I apologise to me fans because I was offline, because I would have dropped that tipping. Insane. 9-2. On a Russian from Grozny. Unbeaten. Right? With a almost 75% knockout ratio. That's just insane. And coming off a loss, Tszyu. And he got taken care of. And it didn't give me no pleasure because I like the Tszyu family. I like the Tszyu family. Kostya Tszyu was a super fighter. He gave me good nights. My favorite one is when he ironed out Zab Judah. Zab was bragging and this, that, and the other, and he got battered. And he got up, right? And his legs have gone. The chicken dance is what they call it. His legs was gone. And he's saying, oh, hey, don't stop it, ref. And he falls over. And the ref stops it. And he starts going mad and attacks the ref. It's pathetic, man. And that was in the second round. I mean, so I got love for the Tszyu family, no homo. But and Nikita as well, the younger brother, the blonde Tszyu is a warrior. They don't really get on with their dad though, because he abandoned their mother. But that's neither here nor there. This is not a gossip channel. This ain't Hello Magazine. This is a boxing channel. You feel me? But yeah, I was shocked by that. And I only had a tenner. Right? Only a tenner. I made £45 on it. You know. But it's it's enough for a night down in the pub. So that because of the significance of the fight, because it's a world title fight, has to be considered possible upset of the year. The second fight, and a very interesting fight, it has to be in the mix. And most people will say is definitely upset of the year because of the odds. Right? It was Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia, he's not a very handsome guy. He's a bit ugly. You know, some people say he looks like he's retarded. I don't get into those conversations, man. You know, I feel sorry for ugly people. But I can't hate on you just because you're ugly. But Jaime Munguia, now he just come off a win against an unbeaten fighter called Eric Barzinian. And before that, he went a distance with Saul Canelo Alvarez. Before that, he knocked out the John Ryder in 9 rounds. Before that, he beat Sergey Deryachenko. Although it was close. You know, this guy was considered. He was considered to be an up-and-coming star. I never quite saw it. He's still young. He's 28, right? I never quite saw it. I thought, you know, yeah, he's a typical Mexican fighter. Everyone loves a Mexican fighter. If you know about boxing, they're game. They want to fight. You know, they don't want to pussyfoot around. But he fought a French dude called the Bruno. I think it's pronounced Surace or Surace. I don't know. He's probably French of Italian origin, right? They fought at like heavyweight. Okay, there's no title at stake. And Bruno Surace, I'm going to call him Surace, was you know, a 20-1 underdog. It was ridiculous. You would not imagine that a guy like this could win. Even if you just look at his face, he looked like a accountant, like a boy. You know what I'm saying? And he had he was unbeaten, although he had 2 draws early on against, you know, non-entities, bums. He'd never beaten anyone of any quality. He'd never beaten anyone. Right? He was near world class. And Jaime Munguia's team is like thinking, you know what? They fought in Munguia's hometown. You know? Tijuana. In Baja California, Mexico. And, you know, they probably thought, yeah, we want to showcase Munguia to knock this bum out. Yeah, let's get a gringo. You know, because Mexicans are like, they want to beat up 2 kinds of people. They don't want to beat up a gringo or a black fighter. Seriously, man. If you know what I'm talking about, man. If you know Mexicans, believe me, the 2 people the Mexican fighters want to beat up are black guys and gringos. And also, actually, no, that's true. There's a third, Puerto Ricans. They don't like Puerto Ricans at all. There's a huge rivalry. And Munguia, like, he started well. You know, I remember I watched a fight. Not live, but I watched the next day. I watched a fight. He dropped Surace, and I thought, oh, well, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Round 2. And then Munguia, excuse me, Bruno, he had heart, right? Had confidence. This guy had never fought out of France in his whole life, and he never fought a world-class fighter, okay? And he got up, took the count, carry on, and he was clever. He was clever. And we're talking about a guy who has, who had at the time 4 KOs out of 25 fights. I mean, how whack is that, man? I mean, how can you be a pro boxer and fight bums and only KO, like, you know, 4 fighters out of 25? But it's one of those one-offs. Bruno, yeah, slipped a shot, boom, boom, banged Jaime, and I'm gonna go right over on his ass. He's done. He's finished. And the funniest thing is watching his homeboy, a guy in his corner, and the guy's got his head in his hands. He's got his head in his hands at ringside. He's going, blood clot, what? And Munguia can see it. And you know what? And the crowd must have been like, what the F? What the F? We come here to watch Munguia take care of business. And he's been ironed out by a non-puncher. But a gringo non-puncher. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's why we love boxing, as Adam Smith would say. That's why we love boxing. Because of upsets like this. Because of the randomness. The craziness of boxing. I would have bet my life that Munguia would win. Right? I would have bet my life on it. But no, he got ironed out. Dropped. Stopped. KO'd. You know, so in many ways, certainly statistically, this should be the upset of the year. But the difference is it wasn't for a world title, even though it involved a former world champion, you know, and world-class fighter. So you got to choose. What's the biggest upset? What's the biggest upset? Tszyu getting battered in 3 rounds, or Jaime Munguia getting battered in 6 rounds and flattened. So yeah, you know what? I love to see me fans comment. So please put in a comment and tell me what you think. Or mention another fight. Maybe I've missed some fights. You get me? Peace in the Middle East. Oh, hang on. Don't go just yet, yeah? I forgot one. I forgot one fight, right? Gay J vs Daniel Dubois. Now, like I said, I'd put on a 5-shot accumulator, and you know, Kakache points, Hamza Shiraz stoppage, etc. You know, I think it was about 25-1. I can't remember. I put only a tenner on it, and then I watched the Dubois Gay J fight, and I thought, nah, man, come on. Joshua's looking good recently against the Swedish white quitter, the naive Swedish bum, Otto Wallin, and he ironed him out in front of his chocolate girlfriend. But he looked good, and he's got a great overhand right. And Dubois gets caught by the overhand right. You know, Urgovic was hitting with the overhand right a lot, but he just didn't quite have the power. I was surprised by that win by Dubois. It's probably because he's got some new PEDs from his new doctor, but whatever. And yeah, I was expecting a Gay J victory. I was in a club watching it with some pals, and you know, it started, and Dubois from the beginning battered Gay J, and And I was laughing my ass off so much. I didn't even care about losing the 230 pounds, right? At the time, I was laughing my ass off. And then I was thinking, well, hang on, mate. I got 250 pound riding on this. And you know what I'm saying? I could do with that money. I ain't got a lot of money, as I've said many times, anymore. 250 pounds back in the day were nothing to me. You know? That's a night out in the back in the day. But these days, it's real. And things change, man. You'd be amazing. You go from prince to pauper very rapidly in life if you have bad luck or you trust people like Tszyu did. And KJ was getting such a battery, and I was laughing so much. I didn't care about the money. But then KJ, he suddenly, in the last round, I think the fifth round, he hurt Dubois. He staggered him, and he went for the finish. And I thought, oh, I might get my 250 in the end. And then what happened? Dubois unleashed a shot and flattened KJ. And KJ can't be taken seriously anymore. He's been flattened too many times. Dubois, Andy Ruiz, the huge fat pig, taco eating, pizza slurping, weed smoking. Andy Ruiz Jr. battered him. Vladimir Klitschko, aged about 141, put him over. But still, it was a huge upset. But it was for the IBF world title, allegedly. But, let's be honest, right? It was stripped off Usyk unfairly. And Usyk had cleaned out Dubois only a year before. So it can't be taken seriously as a world title. But it's another one. So which one of those three is the upset of the year? Please answer in the comments. And this time, peace in the Middle East.